So here we are at the next episode of the Ben and Gary show, and we know dentistry, and we had an opportunity to be able to field some of the questions that we've gotten, because we've been asking you to send us your questions. So one of our more interesting questions that we've now recently received is, can my smile be too white? Is it the Hollywood smile that you're talking about? I guess I would assume that's what they're talking about.
I would think so, yeah.
And, we often have patients who will come to us asking for the white smile, but I think to answer that question, we probably need to break it down into what is the medium in which you've used to be able to make your smile white. And I guess that breaks down to, you can lighten your teeth through bleaching.
Bleaching, right.
And usually through the over-the-counter products, which...
Right.
The toothpastes and the whitening products in that sense are ways in which you can do that. Now, that's usually affecting your natural teeth and to be able to get them lighter. So I have to say, kind of in a nutshell, it's really kind of difficult to be able to make your teeth, your natural teeth, through any of those processes look too white.
Yeah, at some point they're going to just plateau. You're only going to get them, or only get so much change. So at some point they will plateau. They're not going to bleach any lighter than what you get at a certain point, but so that would be. But I have seen some dramatic changes in patients as far as how light they have, how the shift has come. So that part is pretty interesting. But
there's definitely some cool products out there to get you that way too. We've been able to experiment with as of late. There, usually there are two ways to be able to get you lighter. If you're going to use your natural teeth as the way to be able to get there, and through bleaching. Or whitening, that is either at home or in the office. And there are some at-home products that are out there that used to be where you'd have to wear the tray, that you would have the material inside of that tray, and you'd wear that for an hour, maybe 2 hours. Well, these days that's condensed down to about 15 minutes, and so that's really cool. That's a really awesome way to be able to do that. And honestly, when you're doing it at home, compliance is a really big challenge, because you might be able to do that for the first, maybe a few days, but after a while, it's just human nature to become, tired of that, and just fatigue, and life just has a way of being able to get in the way. So that's one way. It's probably the more cost-effective way when you're going to be being monitored by a dentist, to be able to get you there. Now in office, now that's really where the compliance is kind of factored out of it here, because in one fell swoop, in about an hour, maybe an hour some change, you too can have your teeth as light as you would probably get through any of a 2-week bleaching process. So the compliance goes away in that sense.
So the way they do that is they use a much higher percentage of the active ingredient, which is hydrogen peroxide, and it's painted on their teeth and then replaced. But now, we also have heard of the Zoom products, the light activation products.
Right.
What do you think of those?
Well, it's a great selling tool, and however, the light really isn't. It doesn't really affect the lightness of your teeth in a permanent sense. It functions as a means to get your attention, because this is attached with a product that will let your teeth lighter. But in reality, we experimented with this years ago. And the literature actually shows that the light or a laser or any of those above are not and really a wonderful active ingredient. They or an active process that really gets your teeth consistently lighter. It will dry your teeth out, and then naturally your teeth will look lighter. But honestly, if you were able to sit there with, I guess in these days they have these games where you can play them with, you can get your lips out of the way, and you try to say certain words with them in place as sort of like a home sort of board game. And if you just did that, hung your face outside of a car window or in front of a hairdryer, your teeth would just lighten out and just get lighter. But about 15 minutes later, when your teeth hydrate again, they're back to the same color. So honestly, that's what that light does, is that it dries them out, making them lighter, and it gives you a false sense of being lighter. But in that process, the gel is actually on your teeth doing the lightening process. So quite frankly, we got rid of the light and stuck with the gel and got much more accurate end product. And one of the ways we found to be able to continue to allow people to maintain them, or if they got, say, 90% of the lightening process done in office, well, the other 10% or maintenance can be done at home. We provide the trays and the 15-minute gel to be able to keep your white smile looking great.
Right. So of course, the other way of getting your teeth lighter or whiter is restorative dentistry. So
Cover them with the veneers, cover them with crowns.
Right.
And this is where we come back to our original answer to our question, is that can you get your teeth too light, or can your smile be too white?
Yeah.
And the answer is, if you're going to do it with veneers and do them with crowns, and you really want the lightest shades there, you can be almost guaranteed that someone will tell you that you have a great looking new crowns or great looking new veneers. Think about that for a second. That means that they already know that they are not yours, that they look fake and artificial. That is not what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve, at least in our world, nature. A great looking smile that look naturally, that people will say simply, wow, your smile looks great. I wish I had it like that.
Yeah.
So, with veneers and crowns,
Yeah.
you can make them pretty much whatever color you'd like.
Right.
But we know that is really not a compliment when someone says that your
Yeah.
crowns or veneers or look great.
Yeah, we would much rather they say, like you said, Ben, what a great smile, you have great looking teeth, and we'd like for them not to know that you have crowns or veneers, so we want them to look very natural. So
that's our goal. Really have it look like it was always that way. And honestly, if you're looking at plastic surgery, nobody wants fake looking plastic surgery. Nobody wants fake looking veneers and fake looking teeth. That just looks horrible, a dead giveaway. And automatically another opinion is being formed about you, not the one that you would prefer. So we're looking for the ones that people simply say, I want it to look like that. That's what nature looks like. You must have nature. Your teeth look great. But that starts with basically making sure that your teeth are not opaque white. I don't have a piece of paper here, a white piece of sheet of paper in front of me right now, but that's exactly what we're trying to avoid.
Right.
Although there are individuals that say, hey, use this white paper test here against my teeth. I think that is completely false, and naturally your teeth are going to look a much different color than simply stark white. That's not certainly the goal. You're going to be disappointed in the end, and most likely people won't tell you that it doesn't look great. So we're not really shooting for that.
Yeah.
So yes, you can make your teeth look too white if you select a shade for your veneers or crowns that are too light. But just in normal home bleaching, over-the-counter products that are whitening toothpaste, which, by the way, we're not really all that, we don't really recommend those, which we can get into for another episode on that. But nevertheless, they are available, and they're not going to make your teeth look too white.
Right.
So this is the latest edition of the Ben and Gary Show. And we know dentistry, and we're looking for your questions. We're looking to be able to answer your questions. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media. Thanks a lot. See you next week.
Take care.